It's the High Heel Tea Podcast.
Yes, sir.
Where we speak on real topics that'll make you laugh. Looking good, smelling good, that's a boss chick. Yeah. 6-inch heel, show you how to walk slick. Hey. High Heel Tea with Crystal Lee and Ree Podcast.
Hey.
High Heel Tea with Crystal Lee and Ree Podcast.
Hey.
High Heel Tea with Crystal Lee and Ree Podcast.
Hey.
And it's the podcast, and it's the high.
Hey, welcome back to the High Heels and Tea Podcast. I'm Crystal Lee.
This is Rihanna.
And y'all, today we are joined by EthnicIsh.
Both of them this time.
What's going on, y'all?
It's more.
EthnicIsh and more.
And more, some more.
It's an N more.
Listen, I had to at least just get one word out.
You did good.
Thank you, damn.
It was a minimal struggle.
Damn, it wasn't.
I get it. Usually
No, it's going to be a dot under when I talk it.
don't feel bad because everybody, no matter this show been out, it's going on 6 years, May 15th.
Yeah.
It's rare.
That
Everybody
somebody
can
get
just
it.
say that shit.
Where you mess up at? Is it the?
I didn't mess up. I just didn't say
It's
and
the
more.
ethnic-ish. How to word. You gotta the nick-ish.
Because I'm thinking of ethical. So I want to say ethic, like from an ethical, but you got to say
I've heard way
ethnic.
worse.
It's a whole nother word.
I've heard way.
That's what's on my mind is ethical.
Yeah.
Ethical.
Yeah.
Ethics.
Yeah. You know, I did business ethics in college. I did law too, business law too. Yeah.
Hey, shout out to those MBA classes that I was taking on.
What school did you go to?
SIUE for my MBA.
Okay, my daughter's there. She loves it.
I hated it.
She loves it. She loves it. Like, that's her way of life right now.
I'm wearing my second favorite school right now.
Who would that be?
That's Prairie View A&M
AMU.
University. Shout out to PV.
But did you go there?
Yes, I got another master's degree from there.
Okay.
I got a master's in education
You got-
administration from there.
Dual or
No, so I got a master's in ed admin so I can become a principal, so I can get my principal certification.
Okay.
Then halfway through the program, I was like, I don't want to be a principal.
okay.
Change my mind. Change my man.
I just bro, I can't do it.
I did that though.
I'm just cool with staying in the classroom. I've been in the classroom a long ass time.
For me in the building stuff, they want you to come be a teacher. I'm like, nah, I like the mobility through the building. I don't want to have to deal with one set of kids that get on my nerves for the whole year.
Yeah, that's a
I would think a principal. Well, you over everything.
Nah, they be going through it.
yeah.
They be
You
going
can't work
Principals-
heels if you're a principal.
Yeah,
You
you
can run
can.
and break up the fights.
So here's the big issue with being
My
a
girl, the assistant principal, she wear Jordans, so it depends on her. But she got her days.
If I was a principal, I would wear
That's what
J.
you got school security guards for. You're not supposed to.
No.
You're supposed to break up the fights anyway.
I want when I come, like how they be imitating. I want them keys.
But look, that's how the kids on my school, when I show up, they can be all there arguing. All I gotta do is stand over there.
Yeah,
It's finna
that's
stop.
it.
Because they're like, all right, man.
And then they gonna be like,
I'm
she
good.
the shortest, but she look mean as fuck.
Don't keep the shortest principal, especially black women.
Yes.
I be scared of them.
Yeah, so I can't have my heels on because a fight break off. I want my face to be the first one, and I'm not gonna even go off. I'm gonna just look, and they're gonna be like, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, Miss
Put it on
Grizzle,
a grade
man.
level. Yeah, high
I'm
school.
sorry.
Yeah, high school they don't care about that.
Yeah,
Yeah, and just move out the way.
yeah. Huh?
Like Miss Principal.
Miss Principal bitch, the little bitty principal bitch. Like, I'm sorry to call you a bitch right now, but man.
Like her little bitty ass. We scared of her ass.
Shit, they do be.
They do be scared.
We gonna cry in the corner.
And I'm gonna be like, call your
I
mom.
got kids in fifth grade taller than me.
Yeah.
Like, just, I don't be like, bro, I'm like, I'll be able to let them know, don't think shit's sweet. Just 'cause
Yeah.
you got some height, I'm like, you think you gonna try me?
I will knock
That's
your tall
super
ass
big.
out.
Real quick,
Then,
true.
all you take is call your daddy, bro. I'm not finna argue with you. Call your daddy.
Listen, true story.
I ain't got no daddy.
My daughter. Now that's where you hit a soft spot. My daughter had a Black History program, right? You know, it should be so corny. I'm so glad I'm almost done because so corny. I went through this shit for years. My youngest one is 12. She's in middle school now. So then all this done. I'm done. I don't have to do no more Christmas programs. I have to do none of that.
almost done.
She's in Hazelwood school district, so you know they ain't doing none of that. No field trips, none of that. So boom. When my middle girl was in elementary, they had the Black History program. And so they had the different person, you know, Black History person, and then they stood underneath their picture and you act like you're ringing the doorbell, and then they would recite some type of historical fact to that. So I just so happened to just be standing there, and the lady gonna come talking about some, right? And I'm just like, oh, excuse me, you want me to move? Or like, what you? And she's like, who you supposed to be? I said, what? I said, I'm her fucking mama. Like, I'm not a kid. And she's like, I'm but I didn't have heels on. So in addition to me not having heels on,
But that's how they be.
she thought I was a little kid.
That's what make you stand out to people. You look more. When you see a person like she don't really wear heels because that's just not her.
Yeah.
Seeing the one in J's and all of that, you don't realize they in adults. You realize they tatted up. And
Not even that.
that's what I'm saying. In her sense, because most of the girls in her school gonna be bigger than her, just because she's not that tall.
Oh, yeah.
But it's till you.
That was a compliment.
It's till you gotta establish your dominance.
Yeah, it made you feel, made you
I was
feel
like,
young.
I was like 36 or something like that. And I was like 34. So
Oh yeah.
if you really thought I was an elementary kid solely because of my height,
Girl.
I don't even remember what I looked like, but I definitely didn't have heels on. But yeah, she rang the little thing like I was supposed to recite. I was like, girl, I'm a whole grown.
I love it now when they be like, oh, the young teachers in the building, they point to me. I'm like, nigga, I'm not young.
But what
I
they
mean,
mean
in
by
teacher
young,
sense though.
I've been teaching 20 years.
But that's what it is. Teacher sense, no, you're not young. But as your normal teacher you're used to seeing, I'm used to seeing 50, 60, you in your 40. So it's just like, and you don't carry yourself like no.
Yeah, because I definitely was wearing J's when I went to work this week. And they was like,
Yeah,
kids.
for kids
So we
to
can talk about it at
They can
school.
see 'em.
entertain them.
They be like, damn, bro, that's
Y'all
what I think I'm wearing.
like my shoes.
So
Y'all can't
Oh
have
yeah, it's a whole conversation. When they get to talking crazy, I'm like, bro, these shoes cost more than you, bro.
you can head out. So speaking to that, at what point did things change like that to where like even with the attire, right? Like back when we probably was in school, they dressed a certain way. They were old as hell.
I was there for the change.
Yeah,
Because I was
What
definitely the shirt and
changed
tie
that?
teacher.
Was it intentionally to relate more to the kids, or was it just like we don't have to dress like this?
Well, you'll go first.
I was gonna say I think it's not just that, it was also the safety factor. Like I was the shirt and tie teacher.
Yeah.
And I was teaching at Sumner High School. It's hard as fuck to break up a fight.
Do you have to break up the fights though?
No, we're actually not supposed to. They tell us clear out, let security do
I ain't
it.
breaking up
But
shit.
it's like an instinct. It's almost like your parental instincts kick in.
Exactly.
If there's a kid getting their ass whooped, I don't know how much time it's gonna take for security to get here, and I'd be damned that kid get their ass kicked enough to where something really bad
No,
happens.
that is different.
And I'm like,
I'm gonna pull you up like, hey, nigga, move. You won already.
and a lot of kids fight at school
Yeah.
because they know somebody's gonna break it up.
Yeah.
You know, like if we really wanted to throw hands,
We gonna
meet
wait
at the park.
Yeah.
Wait
Like,
after school.
but we gonna fight in the middle of third period because the so-and-so teacher gonna come out and break this up, especially if one of us loses. You know, so but the change in dress, we don't get paid enough to put on this professional look.
Yeah.
Like if we start looking at how much teachers actually make, you don't get paid enough for me to be in Brooks Brothers
Every
every
week.
day.
Yeah, like you get
and
them
then,
you up.
like I know some
suits.
friends who are in school districts where they have like these very strict dress codes, and then on
Yeah.
Friday is jean day, but you gotta pay for jean day. Like you gotta
What?
like the teachers will pay like $5 for jeans. Ain't no
That
way
shit dead.
in hell.
That shit did.
I'm gonna pay nobody to
Send me
wear
home.
something to
I
wear.
am
home.
I do it on purpose.
I fucked up a dress code.
Because I know I live in the county and I work in the south side.
Yeah.
How long it's gonna take me? By the time I get home, I'm finna make me some breakfast. I'm finna do everything I need to do when I gotta go change this clothes.
I had a principal tell me, she's like, you don't dress professional. I said, but yet I'm professional.
But yet, you know,
Because that polo shirt don't mean shit.
Yeah.
That polo shirt don't mean nothing.
That don't mean
I wore polo shirts to the club in the early 2000s.
yeah.
You take me serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm
Like you in
saying?
here professional and shit.
Right. Like you remember we said,
got an interview after me leave.
you know what I'm saying? Like
With the flaps on.
if you were
I used to be in the club. and
like think about it, we was in there buzz down. You know what I'm saying?
be in there
Button down.
a fucking
Yep.
blazer and some jeans in
Yeah.
the club.
And you have to put on a sit blouse with some skirts and some little. Why would we would literally
We was wearing
dress
jeans
like
with
that.
dress shoes.
Because we thought that was the dress.
Everybody
Type of
was
dress.
dressed like
Yeah.
they just got on.
Business casual.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I just did my 9 to 5.
Yeah, you
I'm
heard
finna go get drunk.
I ain't doing that shit.
Looking at your old
Y'all better hope I don't wear
pictures.
sweatpants to school.
Like,
Look, if I could though,
yeah.
if you want me to be a teacher, I'll be a gym teacher. So I can wear what the fuck I want to wear. Every time they make me sub gym class, they have to let me know the night before or early in the morning when I check my email. 'Cause if you think I'm coming in here in some slacks, I take full abuse of this. I put on a whole sweatsuit. I got J's on. I already wear a hat.
My
every day
nigga
to
got a
school.
whole polo
Look,
sweatshirt.
I'll be in that bitch.
It ain't nothing.
And all I'm doing is gonna roll the balls out anyway. Hey,
Look,
y'all
they
play,
think I'm gonna have real
play
gym.
basketball for the
Like, what
next
we doing
hour.
today? Free day, nigga. Y'all kick it.
Hell yeah.
So I'm gonna ask this question, and I'm gonna ask
I
it to
kick
you.
'em.
Since they in school, I'm thinking too. Like, if I was to be a teacher, I would do gym for sure because it looks fun. And no, I'm not gonna take it easy on you.
No,
But that would be mine. What would you, if you were to be a teacher? What would it be? What would your subject matter be? What would you do?
I probably would do like the cooking class. I probably would.
Homemade?
I would like to
Is that
see
what it's
a
called?
Homemade.
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 Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Take this baby, the baby class. Take the
You
baby
did it?
home. Take the baby home. No, I probably would do chemistry though.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's it. That's it.
Shout out to chemistry teacher. My dad was
Yeah.
a chemistry
PE.
teacher.
I
Put me
would.
in PE.
Put me at PE.
I'm not finna be in here.
I'm definitely gonna pull some polo joggers out.
Yeah, I'm finna be in here.
Sure.
Like,
And I'm putting heels on with
I'm
that.
definitely doing some shit I ain't supposed to do.
I-
I'm gonna have some kids doing some shit. They gonna be like, they're a
oh no, look, them kids piss you off. Oh yeah, put all the balls up. All
the
niggas run until I get tired.
Yes.
Hey,
I tell
teaching
kids that every
suicides.
morning. I tell kids
Yes.
when we walk to the gym, I do before care and after care. I'm the coordinator for it.
You
Then
be up early.
Yeah, well, the way they switch, I used to be at 7 o'clock last year because of them pushing the school year back 25 minutes. It made them push before care back an hour and 10 minutes, which makes no sense. So I gotta be there by like 8 o'clock. It started at 8:10.
Okay.
But when we going through, they do breakfast, then we go into the campus. To the gym to sit for their teachers. Every kid I tell you run on the way to this gym, you gonna run in front of everybody in this motherfucker until your teacher comes. So now everybody just be in there slow walking because they think I'll be playing. I'm like, what you on a rush to sit down? So you just say you the first person in the line.
How old are the kids?
I got elementary kids.
That's why they
Yeah,
excited.
that's like.
They like,
They be mad that I'm not the first person in line.
I'll be the first. I'll be having to explain them because you got kids. I have kids straight getting to arguments, be crying over being first in the line. I was like, my nigga, y'all going to the same place. Nah, but that don't work out later in
so
life.
do y'all do line leaders like they used to do?
No, so classes, they have organized lines and they'll switch out line leader. But when we lining up in the gym in the morning, you just lining up based off who come in the gym. So it
Like
turns-
that teacher come
It
in.
turns into a competition. Now, if it was just we got enough space for all this movement, cool. But y'all pushing each other, knocking each other over just so you can sit first in the line for me to tell you go sit your ass in the back. Because you done did too much as first in the line.
You know what? You go all the way to the back.
They get a first in line, think they Obama. They feel like they can run shit in the line.
Yep.
They feel like they president.
Hell yeah.
Like, yo, get your ass
They
up, go
get
sit in
the
back.
first milk.
We move when I say we move. Like, look at that.
I'm like, just for you to get to class first, for you to still not do shit. So you in a rush to do nothing, my nigga. Well,
Man, this
what
shit
we
feels
doing?
I gotta get, so I get to my nap first.
I'm that teacher that call you out. I ain't the coddle teacher that be like, oh no. I'm like, bro, what you in a rush for? I be in class with you. You don't do nothing.
They just be excited.
Be excited the same amount about your schoolwork.
Exactly.
So you can read by the time you in the 5th grade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like that'd be my thing. And it
Ooh,
took
I
me to
gotta
be a
do-
teacher to realize that because I heard that shit all the time as a kid. You know all the damn songs, but you don't be doing your schoolwork. But I'm like, well, I like the song.
So listen to this, to that point. So when you're in school, when it comes to how intelligent you are, they kind of measure you on like logical and mathematics spaces, right? Your ability to follow steps and stuff. But I was reading this book. I think it's called Frames of Mind, I think, by Howard Gardner. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I read it before.
I haven't read it, but I know.
No, okay, boom. So he talks to like the different, this theory of having like different types of intelligence. So it's not one type of intelligence. So like that same kid, when it comes to something logical and mathematics, may have low intelligence with that, but let's say it's musical or let's say it's intrapersonal skills, it might be high
Everybody learns
intelligence.
differently.
Yeah.
So do you think that, is it something in place to kind of like get a feel for who's who with that, or what do the systems still test off of just math and logical?
I mean, they do math. Like, I mean, for us, well, I don't know what they do as far as older kids.
Yeah.
Elementary, at the beginning of the school year, you got to take a star reading, you got to take a star math test. That kind of base where you at that moment.
Yeah.
So we know who may need additional help. Where, say we had a 5th grader. She came and she ain't really never been in school for real. Like, But and then me dealing with COVID kids really affect the elementary more than everybody else. Because you got a kid who, by the time they could start school, they was in kindergarten, COVID kicked in. By the time they was fully able to get back to school, they first time really being in school was second, third grade. And so you learn, they missed everything. You've been at the house, so your speech is messed up.
Hell yeah.
All of this. We got a 5th grader came and tested in this year. Her initial score is like a 1.6, which means she's on the 1st grade. She's on her 1st grade, 6 months in the 1st grade math level. So now at this point, we can assess, all right, if she's capable of doing everything else, cool, bet when y'all got math class, she may need to get pulled out for one-on-one help. She may need to go to a different room for math. Because we got kids that are like in special education, but they only in there for like reading.
So why is it not like, instead of, to that point, right? Why is it not, instead of how smart of you, is which smart of you?
Well,
right?
So I think when you get older, it's a different field.
Okay.
So like in high school, because you have so much more autonomy with your schedule.
Okay.
Right? When especially if you go to a school that has a lot of
and stuff.
has a lot of electives.
Yeah.
So like I got so many electives in my school. There are kids who can take meteorology.
Yeah.
There are kids who can take forensics.
Yeah.
So and that pulls on so many different levels. A lot of times we get caught up in, well, your reading skills are low. Yes, your reading skills are low, but there are multiple ways to advance your reading skills. I teach social studies. Well, it's not about whether you can remember all these historical dates.
About you reading
It's whether
them.
you can read it and then comprehend what we're talking about. So it's plenty of ways to figure out somebody's avenue to success, right?
Okay.
Like there were people who, based on, I hated history in high school. Hated it.
I love history.
I didn't fall in love with history till college.
And you became a history teacher.
It was because in high school I went to Catholic school K through 12. But in high school I went to an all-white high school. I didn't have a black teacher, not one.
So you would hate history,
So I
especially
hate
African American history.
because there was no African American history. It was just, we're gonna get this. This is what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
He was a slave, and then there was Dr. King, and then that's it.
Then fucking Wi-Fi.
And so
And then there was the internet.
and then exactly. So
About 2000.
Now
Now
there's-
there's about 9/11.
Now there's Elon Musk.
oh yeah, and so when I got to college, I had a professor at Tennessee State, and it was my first class freshman year. I took an 8 o'clock class, biggest mistake of my life.
mistake of your life.
What
I knew we always
An 8 a.m. class?
Yeah, 8 a.m. class.
No, I think the logic behind 8 a.m. classes, when you first as a freshman, it's like, damn, I got the opportunity that I could be done with
By
school by
10.
11
Yeah.
o'clock.
Yeah.
Until you realize, like, oh, these niggas throw parties on Tuesdays.
Wednesday,
And I got to go to
Friday.
class at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
So now you dragging in that motherfucker at
When
8:05.
I
tell
never
you
had no
that-
problem with none of that. I literally never went to one college
about
party
4
in
times.
college.
Man.
I was
Freshman year.
I was outside.
First semester, freshman year, I was like, okay, I got them 8 o'clock. Second semester, fuck that. Put me at
Yeah.
Only thing I didn't take class from 11
Yeah.
to 1 because
Yeah.
I knew it was potential that there would be a DJ.
In
Being
the
at
cab.
HBCU,
Yeah.
you had DJs
Yeah.
in the cab,
In the courtyard. Yeah.
DJs on the bridge.
What school did you
I went to Lincoln University.
Right.
So it's nothing to be. Think about you walking to class at 11 o'clock. And you see a big ass party happening right on the bridge in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to go learn? And
How am I supposed to go
I didn't have the discernment of my education comes first.
Yeah.
Fuck that class. I'm finna go turn up on the bridge and we'll figure it out.
See,
Have to be
Like,
responsible.
That was the craziest thing. Like being at HBCU and
yeah.
you learn, like they don't tell you some of the stuff up front. So like
Yeah.
your first semester, you like, damn, I got 11 o'clock class, but it's music in the courtyard. Everybody's strolling.
And
I want to go over there with them.
there's no
but-
immediate consequences of leaving a class.
Yeah, you leaving the class and you like,
What's that noise?
He like,
Boosie?
You know what I'm saying? class and shit.
you down? You see this here?
Me and my best friend had class. I took criminal justice class. Me and my best friend had been in class. We were so locked in with the teacher. Me and him would look at each other. I'm like, what you trying to smoke? He was like, shit, how long you been here? I'm like, 25 minutes. We'd look up at him. I was like, he was like, y'all about to leave? Yeah. All right, man, make sure you get your stuff. But I always got an A+ in his
Mark
class.
me present.
It was one of them like,
As long as you want
I did. He didn't bother us for getting up in the middle of his class because I did good.
Yeah.
But what taught me to sit in the class, my first school, and I hate that I can't remember the lady name, but I used to do the same shit, get up and go kick it in the middle of her class, and it was English. I walked in the class first one day, she like, look, you always getting up to lead. I bet you $10 you can't sit here for 2 weeks straight without getting up on my class.
Hell no.
I'm a broke college. I didn't.
Oh.
I'm a broke college kid.
because-
It was just a prove a point. Like, man, you bet me. And I'm like, shit, that's $10. I can go trick on and do whatever I want to. I did it.
Go to the party.
But I did it one other respect. It was a black lady. So that made me was like, all right, man, I'll do this. Kind of like my grandma's. But after that, I stayed. I never got up again in her class. Any other class, I'd get up and leave.
She taught you a
But
lesson.
because of that, it wasn't even about the money no more. It was the fact that you cared enough for me to. I was like, you know what? I owe you that much.
Yeah.
I stayed in her class.
I'm
the rest of the
right.
year.
I was fucking up.
Yeah.
Ten-
See, I didn't go to no HBCU. I went to Mizzou. So those like parties,
down the street.
yeah, but it wasn't like that in like our courtyards or anything. You know, the white people ain't going for me having all them rowdy black folks.
Hey, look, let me give my little disclaimer. I know my wife gonna see this. She went to Mizzou. I'm not gonna flame her like I be flaming you.
Whatever.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna save it all for you.
No, y'all stayed when I went there.
I was saying like we stayed going to like parties.
Y'all love coming to us.
Yeah.
When we went up there, is when we got all the, I done not been allowed in the party. Oh, they went to Lincoln. Now I think we finna come in there and tell they shit up. I'm like, nah, y'all niggas just leave.
Yeah.
Y'all think I'm like, bro, we finna come kick it just like y'all finna come kick it. Y'all went before me. I didn't go until I got there in 09.
Oh, okay, yeah. I graduated in 09.
Yes.
So
high school, I'm saying.
yeah, so my wife graduated from Mizzou in 05, and then her brother graduated, I want to say 07. And my first time going to Mizzou was like, I'm like, this is nice and white. I was like, where are the black people at? Like,
They put them in their
and
class
then
for probate.
and the
And
crazy
that's
thing about
good.
it, the first time I went to Mizzou was for a probate. It was the SG Rose was coming back. It was 06. I'm like, are we gonna go up here and see the SG Rose? I'm like, why the fuck we in a classroom?
Big ass
Like,
classroom.
we sitting here like it's a whole like computer like right
Like,
here. I'm
motherfucker,
like-
you can put the shit on your lap while you something. Let me put my drink
like-
on this.
Then they marching down the steps and shit. I'm like, y'all ain't got no like yard? Like,
No. That's what I mean. That's what I said. We didn't have all
they
that.
be like, we was in Brady, like in Brady. Like,
We had the parties.
I'll risk all the financial aid struggles with that office that I had just to keep going to HBC.
Hey.
That's the one thing about it. Our financial aid office is gonna give you
Hey.
They gonna look
any
out
school.
for you.
I don't care where you at. If you at HBCU,
They gonna look out for you.
that financial aid office is going to give you the blues. Your life lessons
Come
is
on,
going
boy,
to
the
come
financial aid
from
office.
financial aid.
When I was in college, I literally never went to a college party ever, because my wife was different than y'all. I was a mother. I think my daughter was like 2.
I had my son to school.
Oh,
My school was turned up.
okay, well,
Men are different. You got different responsibilities.
I guess I don't want to say your parenting was different than mine, but I was a mother. But what I do remember was when it came to financial aid, you know, because they only giving you so much, I started looking up the grants and stuff. And I looked up any grant. Like, I wear glasses. Can I get a grant for that? Like, shit, I got a gap. Is there a grant for that? So that was our thing. We was all about getting money. So my last couple of years, I ended up getting married to my middle daughter's dad, who was in the military. So I ended up getting a military grant to pay, and I was still getting financial aid. So I literally only changed my last name legally to make sure when y'all got questions about this grant,
Ain't no issue.
I changed my degree from Harris-Stowe, which is HBCU. My degree from there, it got a whole nother last name that don't nobody know me about. But I changed it, y'all, because I needed that money.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
You know what? I'm the type of person.
I wish
like,
I could change it.
You can.
I want to change all my degrees,
You can.
last name.
So
You
I
got to pay for it.
yeah, you just pay. You got to pay
Yeah,
for
I don't
it.
care
So
about
like
that.
when I was a small child, I remember hearing my dad. My dad, I found out my last name is not supposed to be my last name.
Uh-oh.
My dad's mom, when he was little, was mad at her ex-husband, which is my grandfather. Was mad at her ex-husband and was like, you know what? I'm gonna show your ass. Went and married another nigga and then changed her 2 kids' last names
To his last.
to his last name. So my dad's middle name is his actual birth last name and then his stepdaddy's last name.
So now y'all carrying on somebody else's
So
family
now-
legacy.
And my dad, he was like, shit, his dad never said nothing, you know. So he get a son. He named me. I'm the second. So I got our first name, the last name, and then the stepdaddy last name. And so my grandfather was real pissed when he named me. You know, kept the name. He's like, you got my grandson out here. It was talking about some other nigga last name. And my daddy,
the grandmama.
and my daddy,
And
my daddy was like, well, I'll go change it. He said, but by this time I got degrees, I got jobs, I got all this, I got kids. Like I was his second kid, so he like they carrying this name. He's like, you gonna have to help me financially go change all these records.
Yeah.
And my grandfather was like, I ain't say all that. And he was like, well,
right.
so he was like,
Scratching the back of his neck.
yeah, he so was like,
Write it down. You say, what's their name again? How you spell it?
Call your mama. It's your mama's fault.
It's been this long.
yeah, and that's exactly what he did.
I'm
He
just
hit him
saying,
with
I'm not asking you to do nothing about it. I just want to let you know how I felt.
Yeah, I feel some type of way about it.
I ain't say nothing about
I'm
parents.
busy. I'm just getting this off my heart.
I want you to know how I felt.
So after that,
Say, what is it? It'll grow on me. It'll grow on me.
after my grandfather passed, I went like probably 6 months where I was going by the original last name.
Yeah.
But it was fucking up everything
Yeah.
because my
Confusing.
nickname is AD.
Okay.
Well, AD is the first and middle initial. I'm like, so I didn't want to be like,
That's what your name was going to be.
huh?
I've known you for so long, and I've never.
So what would your
I never
name
knew
have
where the
been
came
with
from.
the...
I just said it because I just knew that's what I was supposed to say.
Said his name was AD. Shit.
So,
I mean, AD. I thought it was like,
so what have
That's
the,
men.
the
Men don't be
second
cared
initial?
about that.
You said what?
What would have been the second initial? AJ.
And so what's crazy is
ADJ?
it would have been AJD.
AJ.
It would have been AJD. And so my son,
Who JD?
when I had a son, I was like, you know what? I went to my dad on some grown man shit. Now, mind you, when I had a son, I already had 2 kids. My oldest daughter was like 8 at the time. So I went to my dad. I was like, hey, I know you feel some type of way about your dad and all this shit, but I feel like I need to fix this lineage thing right here. He was like, well, what you want to do? I said, well, I'm going to just put everybody's name in. He going to still keep the last name that we all have, but I'm going to get everybody's initials in there. He was like, all right. It was the most stoic, like, get out my face, I'm watching the game type shit. I felt like I was 5 years old again. He was like, all right.
like, nah, I ain't gonna do that.
And he didn't say nothing else.
I ain't doing it.
Scared of this one.
And so I ended up naming my son. So my son goes by AJ.
AJ.
So he goes by
I
AJ.
like AJD.
I
though.
did. I do. That's
I just thought it
dope.
was AJ because he was a junior. Well, he ain't no junior because he would get
Yeah,
that.
he's the numbering is off too. Because I'm the second, which I should be the third. So my son's the third when he should be the fourth.
Why
I
did
was
you
just
say
saying, black people, get this shit together.
Together?
Hey, figure this shit out before.
So you're going to have to explain this whole story.
The
to
whole
him
number.
when he
Like,
get
exactly,
older.
because he showed me like,
If he come across
how
it,
many of us is it? Because
Yeah.
when he did like a little
Ancestry?
family tree.
Oh, okay, family tree.
And he was like,
Now I'm
I see
confused.
4 people with the A's, but I'm only the third. And I'm like,
let's talk.
Sit down.
That's where you gotta have that.
Take a cup of whiskey with you.
You old enough now.
I'm going to ask y'all some questions, okay?
all right.
It's real simple questions. Don't worry. You got the answers. I trust you. Did you do? All right. It's pertaining to education. It's the first one. Do you think the system, and this is great for all of us, honestly, because we are African American college grads. We're black people that went to college. Do you think the system designed to give people education is selling out to the oppressors? Or do you think it's a necessity to progress in life?
Well, I think it is a necessity for life, but understand the system was never made for us. We're asking the same system that made our education, the same system that also made our law enforcement. You know, it's a system that benefits people who were full citizens at the time. My son just did he had virtual school all week, and his teacher showed them a video, and they were talking about Thomas Jefferson said that all men are created equal, and I was like, hey, come here, son. Thomas Jefferson did not write that meaning all men because he was a slave owner. So that is not all men are created
That is not
equal,
an
all women are created equal.
Right.
He's 3/5 of a person. So I was explaining that to him, but then he was like, well, you should tell my teacher. And I'm looking at the little class, and I realized on the little Zoom, it sounded like 2 of the black kids in the class. I'm like, you know what?
Not your business.
I could be the a-hole and come on here like, it ain't true. And I'm like, nope. I'm gonna reach out to those kids' parents and say, hey, this is what was said in class. Make sure your kids know the real. You know, I don't think the system is ever going to benefit Black folks. We are in 2025 and we still have people making first, right? We still have college systems that are financially struggling because the system to fund those college systems are backed by racism. And so as long as, you know, the thing I hate is that Dr. Umar probably got some really great points. Had he not do a lot of fuck shit with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if Black people as a whole managed our own education, we managed our own neighborhoods, we managed our own systems, our own finances, our own businesses, and we benefited our community, we'd be way far advanced. Hence the reason they burned and destroyed a lot of...
We saw work with Tulsa.
Exactly, yeah. So, and Tulsa is just one of them. It's so many
the other communities
that were destroyed because white people who look at the system are like, wait a minute, it's not just white racism. Capitalism also says we have to have a poor group. As a white person, I would much rather that poor group don't look like me.
So let me ask you this then. If that's your case, then you may have answered this. How do you think that we change the trajectory without understanding the system? And in order to understand it, you have to learn it, right? Like with any kind of system, computer, whatever, you have to learn the system to understand, to change the system. So how do you change the trajectory of this without using the system?
I'm gonna tell you right now that in my honest opinion, we will never break the system. We'll never break the system because
whether we know it or not.
Because we are too tied in with the system.
We would have to create a new system.
We have to create a complete new system. That creating a new system is not just economically or educationally. We're talking about religion. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we all know we was raised by some praying grandmothers. There's no way that we would be able to fix the system or fix our people, because in every aspect of your life, it's going to be required for you to disassociate
with what
you've been taught.
What the norm to you
for
is.
like you said, it's not just education. It's not just economics.
Think about
everything.
In 2025, we have some of the craziest stuff going on in the world. We are even like how we grew up with what politics meant, like the reverence that was given to certain political figures or presidents, right? But I just saw a video of a pastor tell a young lady in front of the church, like, because she was pregnant, she had to like apologize. Like, come on, fam. Like, this idea that we destroy ourselves by somebody else's system. Like, we, you know, and as a person who was raised Catholic, Christian, I love Jesus, but don't get me wrong. I read that book and I'm like, you know what? You got to change some stuff.
Gonna change
because
some trajectories.
We struggle as a people because we are so busy trying to live like them,
like somebody else.
We try. Think about it. We have people who can barely pay bills, but they gotta have the newest Telfar bag or the newest bird
because of the status that's been associated.
Not realizing they don't even buy that shit.
And we are Black is definitely the biggest consumers.
Exactly.
You
know, and so I watched it. I watch high school seniors pick colleges not because they can afford it. Because of the name. I want to go to Mizzou, not because Mizzou is the best choice, but because it's the big state school, not realizing Lincoln gonna give you the same degree for a quarter of the price.
So my oldest daughter did just that, right? So, and this is, I'm just sharing this story, but it really broke my heart that she made this decision. I was like, hey, you know, you graduated from high school, won't you kind of stay a little bit close for like at least the first year or something, get a feel for everything. I'm like, you got Harris Stowe, you got all these colleges that's around. And she was like, I don't feel because I'm Black, I have to go to a HBCU. I said, well, that's not really what I'm saying, you know, but she was like I'm not going to a HBCU. So she went out to KU one semester. She been home ever since.
because I try to explain
the culture shock was just too much for her.
It's a culture shock, but also I tell people 1 year at a historically Black college. 1 year will break down everything that you learned before. You know, especially depending on the classes you take and the professors you have.
Yeah.
But we as a people are so, think about it. We sitting in an area right now that white people live there. White people couldn't live in this area. But now, I guarantee if you look at the area,
It's majority black.
majority black now.
Yeah.
Like, I teach at a school that was that
The same.
That, you know what I'm saying, that is like, I tell kids, I'm like, y'all sleeping here, but guess what? It's some black folks had to die for you to be able to sit in this seat. And so when they come in my class and they be like, well, so and so let me sleep. Well, so and so also don't give a damn about you. You know what I'm saying? There's too much in the system that we have to fight
To not be a part
to
of it.
not be a part of it. Like when I look at the fact that we have a president or president-elect with 34 felonies getting ready to run the country. And I know some folks right now with one felony who can't get a job.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's a system. And the system, we've always thought that the system was based on race. And the system was never
It's on
based
class,
on race.
right?
It's based on finances, economics.
Yep.
It's capitalism. That's why I was talking to a friend of mine. He said, well, you know, Canada has universal health care. Why don't we have it? Because in this country, it's all about how much money you got. I don't want. Why would I pay for something? Now, I can put race in there too and be like, I ain't gonna vote for something that's gonna benefit black people. Because you can look at the state of Kentucky and see that we gonna vote against our interests, even though over half the state that's white is on subsidies, right? But it's just so much stuff that we gotta play into. We always think it's race, but it's more than race.
It's more than race.
It's money. That's why you get black folks who, once they attain a certain level of money, they look at black folks different.
Yep.
I'm moving all the way to Wentzville or Darden Prairie because I'm getting away from the hood. But really, you're leaving
But
people
you
who
need
look
to be
like
staying.
you to go out there, and you're gonna deal with the same problems out there. Now your kid gonna get accused of stealing. I make too much money.
Can't even walk down the street.
Can't even walk down the street. Hey, are you okay, sir? Are you in the right area? Like, you gotta prove that you belong there.
But you know what was so ironic about that? I had went to Africa last year, right? I was in South Africa, and I just knew, like, going there, it was going to be this culture experience, which it was. It was. But you would be so surprised how similar it is even there.
Well, South Africa is apartheid in South Africa. South Africa was colonized.
Very much so.
It was colonized,
Yes.
and they put
Yes.
in rules and place and put in
Yeah.
Things and systems
And created their system.
and created their system
Just
there.
like they did here.
So,
Well,
think about
not
it.
like how they did here, but yeah, same thing going on
Each
here.
one of us on the
Yeah.
application is told to put African American.
Yeah.
Elon Musk, Charlize Theron, the actress, are both from South Africa. But I don't ever hear anybody address them as
South
African American.
Yeah.
They're not African Americans yet. You tell me I'm African American. I don't know my history that far. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's so much that goes into the illusion that black folks have.
Yes, that's my point of saying that was that.
Yeah.
Because when I went over there and I had this conversation recently with someone, learning everything I learned, and I'm not like the type of woman, and I ain't saying this with pride, but I don't cry. I'm not the crybaby woman. You know what I'm saying? I cried. It was too much for me to take. Because not only if you think about what we go through here, you learned everything there. And then it was like, my God, like I would love to go back home and teach people more about, like you said, the illusion of it all from here to there.
Standpoint.
And it's like,
It's so much.
it's so much shit. I was like, God damn. I don't want
I
to
told
know
my
no
wife, I was like, Ghana
Yeah.
is giving free
Awkward Ghana.
citizenship
Yeah.
to African Americans.
Really?
Yeah.
They-
But what a lot of people don't realize,
Yeah.
they have
part?
free citizenship to go to Ghana.
No, what part of Ghana?
Well, you become a citizen of Ghana, so you can move anywhere in the country.
So I went to Accra, Ghana. I got a 3-year visa.
You
But
can go get your citizenship now. They have
okay.
they're basically
I know it was
gifting
St.
our
Louis that
citizens.
gave me that whole time. It wasn't Ghana.
But here's the thing:
Should go over there.
that,
That's
that citizenship that they're giving
some money over
also allows
Yeah.
Indian American or Indian, Europe, so Indian Asian
Anybody.
people and Europeans to come in. So Ghana is right now setting itself up, not realizing they're setting itself up to be colonized. There are
Just
gonna be
like
Europeans
down
and
there
Indian
in the
and Indian
South.
Asians
Yeah.
coming into Ghana, and they are going to come in and find ways to make their communities.
Yes.
And when they make their communities,
We're gonna
We're
colonize.
gonna colonize it.
And we ain't gonna be able to go nowhere and say, go here.
I tell my students all the time. I said it's funny that y'all, we'll go and they'll talk about Chesterfield or Eureka or St. Charles, and I'm like, you can look at colonizing here in America. You ain't got to go to Africa or anywhere else. If you look at predominantly black neighborhoods, there are businesses
It's a
that are
copy
not
paste.
owned by the people in the neighborhood.
Yes.
You got
The beauty shops,
the beauty shop.
the gas
There's no chop
stations,
sueys. There's no
everything.
chop
The
sueys
chop- yes.
in
St. Charles,
St. Charles or
Creve
or
Court.
Creve Court. They don't have that.
Yeah.
But it's a liquor store on every corner. It's a mini mart on every corner. It's a gas station.
Yeah.
And it's so much. And I'm like, those gas stations aren't black owned.
Yeah.
So it's a lot. When I tell people it's not just race, it is capitalism. It's a economic structure. And as long as we think that money is the best thing, we got to have all the bread so we can buy all the newest stuff.
Yeah. It's just a cycle
That's the
repeating.
It's a cycle. It's a cycle in which I used to have, I lost it years ago, but I used to have a painting in my classroom, and it was two black bodies, but they were covered in all of the logos, of Apple, Android, Nike, whatever. All these logos were, and they were basically slaves to the brands. And I was just like, my kids be like, man, I don't get it. And I started explaining to them, but they don't want to hear that because, again, now the image plays in. I'm not gonna wear no shacks,
Yeah.
no FUBUs. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to do that.
I ain't doing that. Look at you. He's like, I'm with you.
And I tell
I
them,
also don't feel like I need these things. I'll put these on and have a whole fit from Walmart. Just not like what the shit look like.
Yeah.
But the shoes is where I'll draw.
And then you draw the line.
I'm like, look, I'll do some crazy shit like what I ain't gonna
Everybody
do.
likes their certain types of
I think men, unfortunately, y'all kind of gotta have a line in the sand. But for us women, we
can do whatever.
really don't. Because I'm not attached. I've never shopped at there, by the way.
They
But
said it takes too long.
I am not, married to any brand. Like absolutely no brand. But I'm a woman, so I can come and I just got this from TikTok Shop.
oh, shout out to TikTok shop. I'm an avid TikTok shopper.
I wanted to show y'all some love,
It was a cell phone.
some black
Hey.
love.
I want to see how it go. I spent $1.39.
I love TikTok.
$10 coupon.
But here's the thing.
Look at us. This should cost $2.
I want if we did that.
Yeah.
If we did that, again, the problem is not going to be whether I found a great deal on TikTok and it looked good.
Right.
It's not about that.
It's not about that. Yeah.
It's now going to be the people who view me. The woman I'm interested in is like, well, no, your shirt ain't.
Like I saw
100.
that on TikTok Shop.
You get what I'm saying? Like I remember, I found me a little short set on that.
That's the mindset of the woman. For me, I feel like if you know
I
how to
don't pay
dress,
attention
and
to
you can
none of
dress
that.
nice, and you have all nice
But
shoes,
you know what?
it's just like everything.
For
Dressing
me
like an
as
old
a
pimp.
woman, let me tell you what my
Just start
mind is
dressing
more
like an old
focused on.
pimp, like dress shoes and all.
I don't care if you wear t-shirts and basketball shorts all the time. How are you investing your money? What is your life really like?
But that's not
you know
true,
what I'm
friend.
saying?
You're lying.
Yes, it
Because
is.
You're not gonna want him to work. You're gonna want to go to a festive restaurant. You're gonna have on
No.
basketball shorts and a
No,
t-shirt.
I'm trying to tell you. You said basketball short and
Exactly, because
No,
some people have those mindsets where they just were like they just
No.
dress like that.
What I'm saying is like
You
your
like to go
everyday.
places.
No. What I'm saying is this: your everyday attire does not have to be dressed. You do not have to put this shit on for every day. Now, even with me, so I literally just came back from my friend. I didn't wear heels not one time. I did not have makeup on not one time. I only put on my New Balance, some leggings, and a sweatshirt. 3 days. This is what I look
Level
like.
of comfort right
Yeah,
there.
right? And so
New
as for
level.
him too, we went out, we went places, we did things. No, I'm behind. If you really know me from a personal standpoint, behind the scenes, you don't see me in makeup. I don't wear the bling. I will probably have this on for sure. But like my day to day, I don't have to wear makeup, right? I do this for my production. So, and then even with like what you see, if I post on Instagram, like from a rooftop vibes and stuff like that, we don't have to do that. I'd rather cook for you at home.
And I
so,
get that, but I'm saying when you want to.
When I want to, you can have something in the closet for that.
But sometimes they might not.
But but understand this.
I'm just saying, everyday look don't gotta be like, oh, I put that shit on. Like, man, we about to just go chill.
I'm smooth.
Yeah.
I'm smoothly okay. Like I love the fact that when I shop for me, when I shop for me, I'm cheap. I'm gonna find a deal, right? Now, when I'm shopping for my wife, on the other hand,
Yeah.
I'm like,
You still
I can't do
We'll still
that.
get you what you want.
Yeah, like,
What you want?
That was just that
It's like
idea.
one gift. It was asked for Mark Jacobs. I think it was if it wasn't Mark Jacobs, one of them people person. The person like $400. Cool. They like the first time I done bought one.
Right.
And I was like, damn, Mark Jacobs charged me $400. Let me see who else got it. Found that motherfucker on Macy's. Signed up for Macy's. Got a 15% discount.
You know,
Now
it's
I
a
have to
holiday.
pay. I pay $315 for a purse that costs $400.
Yep.
You said you baby.
Nothing
What you
wrong
want to
with
use this
that.
$85 for?
Nothing's wrong with that.
Yes.
I just- I'm-
It's being cheap. As long as I'm cheap.
That's
No,
not being cheap.
that's
That's
not-
being smart.
I care more about where your money
you know, some
is
people
from a
have-
long term
That's very
perspective.
economical.
They're saving money.
Yeah,
I just think
that's what I'm at.
I think we
That's what
get-
I kind of care
That's
about.
being making more sense for things to do. Like, why would I do this? And this is there
Why
for
pay
that.
this if I can get you the same exact item
Yeah.
from a place we know is just as prestige?
And-
It is the same thing.
It's like going to Nordstrom's or Nordstrom's racks. You
Yeah.
know this came from Nordstrom's. It just don't
just-
sell now.
That shit in inventory.
2 months to get over here.
That's it. That's
I do that with
all.
shoes. If it's a certain shoe I like,
Yeah.
but it is not a necessity for me, I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna buy it when it drop. If I notice the trend on it, it's not selling out. Cool, I can wait a couple months to buy it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Unless I needed that thing. I done bought shoes 10 months later, but I done saved $60.
Yeah.
And it still sits in my closet. Not being worn. But I didn't buy it for $200.
And no
to get wear.
difference from the Polo outlet and Polo.
Yes, it
Or
is.
It
No,
is.
thanks.
It
No,
is.
long-
A horse like this on one end and a horse like this on the other.
No, I ain't talking about US Polo Association.
So I got-
I'm talking about the outlet. So what it is
Which
the
way, Jess?
defected items.
Yeah.
But you're still made in the same warehouse. It's same logo still put on there. Your arm might be a little short on this side. But just wrong. Just
Unless
push
you
your
was in the
sleeves
factory
up.
making it, the average nigga can't look at it and tell.
Tell what's
that I got
what.
from the outlet,
I gotta-
what I got
Order.
from there.
we talk
Yeah.
about being frugal and everything. I got a
Yeah.
question for you.
All right, what's up?
What is your guilty pleasure like when it comes to your finances? Like, what is that you're not you willing to spend whatever on this?
Ooh, that's a good one.
I think mine is food.
See, I stopped eating meat, so I don't really even care about
You know, I
that.
be loving going to anywhere.
I'm gonna put mine to traveling. So certain airlines I won't travel with because I enjoy a certain kind of experience, and so I don't mind spending an extra couple of hundreds
Yeah, see,
to have a better experience.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
my wife's just traveling. I don't mind staying at the Motel 6 type nigga.
Nah.
And then my wife was
Nah.
like, she's like, I don't do anything but less under than three stars. And I was like,
Cause you
My
coming from a traveling sense as
I
a
agree
nigga, we
with
not
that,
in the
yeah.
room.
Yeah.
We in there to lay our head down, take a shower, and we
And we-
outside.
and we
But
outside.
that too for me, so I feel like when I travel, I need to feel like I'm living the same at home. I don't want to
Sure.
downgrade that much to where I'm like, I heard word to get the fuck out of here.
It took me to get older
No.
to
Yeah.
start feeling like
Yeah.
it's that first experience in a better hotel. You be like,
Oh,
Like,
oh
that's
yeah.
what I deserve.
Oh
"Man,
yeah.
this bed is close." You start touching shit in the
you
room.
start
like,
feeling the
look,
pillows. You're
like,
like,
you know the room
Yeah.
too much. You start calling motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, bro, you see this shit, nigga.
Yeah.
I went to my first hotel with a TV in the bathroom. Threw me off.
Yeah.
I sat down. I'm like, yeah,
But see, when you
out
out-
fucking sports.
When you at home, you live a certain way. And so, don't get me, I don't mind staying in certain types of hotels for the sake of like saving money. Because if it makes sense, it just makes sense. But like, I'm with your wife. I don't go too far down that
Yeah,
line,
yeah,
that
she-
rabbit
I see
hole.
that rabbit hole.
I know
when
where
I
my
see
rabbit hole
when I say
stops
3
at, I
stars,
believe.
she be looking like, we're not staying here.
Yeah.
Sir.
You know,
That's why I have to send pictures. I'm like, this cool for you?
Yeah.
If it's not, let me know so I can.
but mine is
X's out
cigars, and so like,
Okay.
I'm an avid cigar smoker, you know, and so I don't mind spending. I think the most I've spent on a stick is like $60 on one cigar. You know, it's just.
So that's how you knew the couple.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
So like, I see them at the cigar spot all the time, and I'm not sure of her name. I just know she used to work with my mom.
Okay.
So like when my mom passed, she was at the services and everything. So, but one of the cool things is like, it's kind of like you work so hard for what you got. You know what I'm saying?
agree.
And you pay for what you want. Like I tell people all the time, they be like, man, he's smoking that and he's just throwing it away. I said, nigga, it'd be no different if I was smoking weed. Like if I smoke weed, nigga, I'm spending $20-something a day.
How much is it for?
Depending on what you buying.
Some good weed.
How much weed is we buying is the question.
Depends on how much weed you buy, the quality.
The quality
of
of
the
quantity.
weed. Yeah.
The price is
It depends on the situation.
So
like
for
on an average, like if I let's say I was smoking maybe 2 blunts a day.
Yeah.
So if you're a real smoker, you know to buy it in bulk.
Yeah.
Versus because you know you smoke. If
So
I'm
you're gonna buy it looking like you selling it.
I'm
You
not
might
gonna buy no pound.
you might buy
as
an
a
ounce.
regular nigga, but I may buy an ounce or a half ounce.
Okay.
Because
You
the
know
more
I'm gonna have it.
The more it's just like working for a company that like sell merchandise. If I buy a wholesale, I get a better price.
Yep, a better
versus
deal.
me. So me coming to buy a blunt
Every day.
for me would
It's
be
gonna add
stupid.
up.
$10,
I can
$20
take
every
that for a
day.
while. If I'm gonna sell it to like, look, bro, I ain't want to cheat nobody out their bread,
But-
it would make more sense for you to buy this half today. It's gonna last you through the week versus you coming to see me every
day.
single day.
It
And
don't make sense.
Getting some
it makes
dimes
no
and nickel
sense. So like I just bought a half hour. I could spend $65. I don't have to go. Depending on if it's just me smoking, it's gonna last longer. If it's more than me,
Yeah.
it'll go quicker. But I know at least till next week,
I'm
I'm
good.
gonna go back.
Yeah. And if it's some good weed, you good. Because you got to make sure you keep it.
So do y'all budget for weed?
Yeah,
You
You got a
should.
budget for everything.
That's the part of
A budget for everything.
But that's the part.
Hey, no, I'm serious.
just like me buying shoes.
Yeah, you got a budget for
I know
everything.
some months, some checks, and some months like
I know you have to budget
fuck
for
with
everything, but I would something like that. I just randomly thought of it.
no, I
That would
bet-
kind of
like,
throw me off a
a
little
budget
bit.
spreadsheet.
Yeah.
Weed is gonna be on the
It's
miscellaneous.
like a miscellaneous thing.
Oh yeah. Oh no.
It's okay.
I have one. I don't mind showing y'all off the air.
Yeah.
But I have a full Excel spreadsheet.
Yes.
With the full everything.
Breakdown.
And when
That's
my
Yeah.
other guilty pleasure is I go to black college football games.
Ah,
So it's like me reliving homecoming every
yeah.
weekend.
You once you
for-
connected, you in.
And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
the wife know like
Yeah.
when the schedules drop in April and May, I'm
Yes.
like, hey, I'm going
This is
here,
what I'm
here,
doing.
here.
It's what it is.
And you can only go with me on here, here, and here. And she
can't go
know,
to this.
Yeah.
like, because
That's your thing.
having went to HBCUs, we don't bring your significant
Oh,
other
yeah.
to your homecoming. You know, the little things
Especially
like
if they
that.
ain't go to the school.
Especially if they ain't go to the school.
It's not.
But I know, no.
To just do me. It's just for, I don't want to have to keep explaining shit. Like my girl went to Alabama State.
Yeah.
If she was like, let's go to homecoming, I'll put in for you to go to homecoming.
Yes.
I don't want to walk around your school and I don't know nobody here but you.
Really?
I don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not the same experience for me.
I feel
You
you.
gonna
If you
experience
feel
it.
uncomfortable, then you might run into your old college
Yeah,
friends.
and I don't know
and
this
they
your
be like,
nigga. He looking at me crazy.
Yeah, he be like, y'all give all
Look,
extra
because
cover
I like-
hugs
Yeah.
and shit.
Trust
Like
me,
that.
Things about what she was doing in the
Yeah.
doors.
I gotta trust you regardless if
Oh,
it's
nigga.
like
But look,
Then
but
they be
I
like,
know,
this your wife?
I know a married couple right now who both went to the same school. They both went to the same school and they travel separately. They don't travel together. They don't stay together.
I like
They
that.
don't.
my
They
homecoming
don't.
experience ain't your homecoming
Exactly,
experience.
because
Ain't no telling
I
what I
made the
did.
mistake.
I don't need you to
I made
ask
the
me,
mistake of
so
taking
who
my
is
wife
she?
to homecoming.
You really don't
And
want
then
It was just like,
trip.
It messes
It
up the trip 'cause now we
wasn't
arguing.
as bad as I thought because the fact that
Like, why you
her
worried about somebody in
one
college?
of her best friends was living in Nashville at the time, so but we didn't
Yes,
spend a
we
lot of
spent
time together. But I would never take her to homecoming.
that's hilarious. I'm glad we talked to that because I never. It's a couple of stuff I never heard
I don't want my
before.
college stories to be told by none of my friends.
That part.
Because I was the nigga that have to come to brunch. We had a party Friday night. When we going to brunch, everybody with their hoods on.
Yeah.
Everybody see me. Boy, twerk laugh.
Yeah.
We not going to
Yeah,
discuss that.
Yeah.
that drive home gonna
Wait
be a
till I
little
wake up.
It
quiet.
be awkward.
So what
But
you-
like
what you used to do in
said,
college?
it makes it awkward for the event.
It makes it an
For
awkward
the whole
situation.
Now you got to
Now we-
explain
now
what
we
happened.
It's no different than when you out with your significant other and you see somebody that you used to mess with. And they
Really?
and you ain't got no beef with them or nothing, so they be like, "Hey, how you doing? Oh, everything's good."
who that?
So who that? And you like,
You a little more mature than that.
Depends on the person.
know.
It depends on the interaction.
I think sometimes too, to this point, I think sometimes men think that you have to kind of fluff up situations with women
You don't
to
always
satisfy the woman's or to protect the woman's feelings. But the truth is, you shouldn't have to
Do
Try
that.
do that.
Next time I see somebody, she's like, "Who is that?" Oh, I used to have her all the time.
No, but don't say nothing like that.
Be shot back in.
Be like, that was my ex boo
Don't
from,
say
or not
that.
boo, that was my ex girl from college, and life goes on.
You ain't gotta say
But
nothing.
Say that.
You ain't gotta say she was the squirter.
like, that one girl I married the squirt. One girl I married
In the car and throat go 500 popped up on screen.
That was
That
her.
She didn't need the machine.
Hey, baby, you want me to get a tissue? I get her the tissue.
Listen,
Hey,
you in the car driving home smiling and
That's
shit.
why
She's
I
like,
can't
what
go
the
to no
fuck
college
you
HBCU
smiling
anymore.
about?
I know I was wilding in college.
That was
so.
Baby,
Me
that
too.
was
When you know you went somewhere and you was overdoing it,
Yeah.
bringing your significant other name with there, you know the potential
I
stories.
understand.
Yeah.
I should put on your part.
I
And
agree.
it's not because I'm coming here to keep
It's not
it with
that you're
my
trying to
friends.
hide or
Yeah, I-
Like we was
nothing
in
like that.
college,
You
exactly.
just-
And I'm not here to. I'm not here to do nothing bad. I'm not here to do. So we can. I'm literally just here to be like, hey,
I'm
I'm
with you.
20 years older than I was when I was doing this shit, but it's still
Yeah,
just
We
as
finna still
fun.
put up the same.
Yeah.
This is gonna be my last question for y'all. Speaking to this particular space, now with your significant other not coming with you to the homecoming, and these stories come up, are you okay with talking to like, oh, do you remember in college this happened or that? Like, or 20 years later or so, are you okay with talking to them now?
Look,
So are you saying like would I tell her certain stories?
No, not her. Like now you going
Like
by
she's
yourself.
speaking
You in
to
the
them.
environment and
Yeah.
people are talking to the things.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Look, my room. So
Oh, she ain't
crazy.
Remember back in the door room?
Hey, crazy
Yeah,
shit.
cool.
20,
Okay.
it was back in like
got some
20,
stories.
back in like
Shit.
2017, 2018. My wife's line sister got married, and so we drove to Alabama so we could go to the wedding. Well, my college roommate, one of my best friends, lives in Alabama. So I tell him, I'm like, bro, I'm gonna be in Birmingham for this wedding. He said, say less. So as soon as he said say less, I knew I knew like I know when he got off the phone, he hit the Dr. Evil laugh. He was like this.
the level of niggatry that's about to happen between
Right.
us is
And so
Like Birdman. Yeah.
so I get there, we go to the wedding and shit. After the wedding, he like, hey, he a member of Kappa Alpha Psi. So he was like, hey, my chapter throwing this little shindig down the street from the University of Alabama. Pull up. I was like, well, I got my wife and a couple of her sorority sisters with it. He said, even better. So we pull up.
Was he whispering like that?
Oh, yes, he
Okay.
was. I tell you, like, I know Jason like the back of my hand. I know he got off the phone and was like, the level of evilness is about to go on.
Boys, when some calls come in, it's
We
Shit's about to
we
go
bring
down.
yeah, we bring it, we kicking at the little party, everything cool, me and Jason catching up. At the end of it, I'm like, all right, bro, man, we about to go back to the hotel. He's like, no, I can't let you be around me and us not do what we normally do. I'm like, nigga, I don't want to go to Waffle House. We're going to Waffle House. I just knew when we got to Waffle House, this is where the time where the conversations was gonna shift. He was either gonna try to figure out if he was gonna knock down one of my wife's line sisters, or he was gonna embarrass the fuck out of me. And I knew it.
Or
And
a
so
story or something from the
we
past.
get to Waffle House, we sitting there, and I look at him, I'm like, he's on full blown like
Fuckery.
Yeah. So he's trying to do both. He's bang, bang. Hey, you remember that time?
He trying to do everything.
I don't remember.
No.
I did. You might got me confused.
When I tell you, I end up just going and sitting in the car. Like, he brought up this was my roommate from sophomore year till graduation.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
oh yeah,
This
you know.
nigga brought up so much
So
shit.
that's why he not married and stuff today.
You know what? He was married.
Because
Unfortunately,
he
no, he
read
was
the-
he was
Say friend.
no, he was
He's
engaged. He was
married.
engaged,
He
and
was
unfortunately,
conversation.
he was
He's
engaged. Unfortunately, his
girlfriend.
wife passed away. His fiance passed away.
But not during this time, was he?
What you
No,
said?
never mind. Well,
Be
shit, never
quiet.
mind.
Just be quiet.
No, So unfortunately, here, you know,
See, we Pisces. We like
She ain't gonna know.
She ain't gonna know now.
hey,
People humans is
She
like,
ain't gonna know now, but if she had not passed away,
that don't matter no more.
what I've got,
apples and oranges.
It don't matter no more.
I
So that's
wouldn't
why
have
he's
done it.
freely telling his story because he has a camera on him telling the story. It
Yeah,
doesn't
friend.
matter
But
anymore.
when nobody gonna put 2 and 2 together until you was like, well, did he have one?
No, because listen, this is what I was thinking. You a married man and you with your wife and this is your friend. And your friend, instead of him reading a room and saying, you married, I ain't gonna say certain stuff. Instead, I'm gonna bring these things up. You must don't know the etiquettes when the wives or the partners or the spouses are in the room.
I think you gotta realize certain people, no matter
Everybody
who's in the room,
Don't get no
like you just like
don't care.
it's like you know how you
Don't
can't
like
take certain people certain places.
Okay, it's certain stuff. I don't think.
It's like you
I
got
wouldn't
certain
do it.
friends,
I
you know, you
wouldn't
can
do it.
kick them. I can kick it with you in
Yeah.
this manner.
Yeah,
This ain't coming.
like you
I get you, I get you.
everybody got that one friend and be like, I'm friends with them, but I can't let them be around my other friends.
Yeah.
Because
So
my other
that's what
friends
that
gonna
is.
view. And so I knew exactly what I was getting myself into.
Yeah,
I
you
was
set
just
yourself
like,
up for that.
I'm like, because a lot of shit, if he start telling some of the most gruesome, crazy shit,
Yeah.
it's gonna make him look bad too. So
Niggas always gonna hit their part of the story. I'm like,
They
so
part of the
you
story.
gonna tell?
The whole story.
Dude, I need to tell the other part. Nah, bro, it's
That shit gonna be disguised as
Yeah.
we had a good time.
Hey.
Everything you did is gonna be in that disguise of that comment.
and don't get me wrong, even now, like with my friends, like me and Nico, I'd be like this. We have a great time, and that's all that happens.
Yeah.
It's a great time.
That's all.
If his girl called me, I don't know what you're talking
A
about.
time was had now.
What?
Yeah,
I'm so sleepy. So sorry. Listen. You know I'm
I was
so
high.
sleepy
I don't
right
remember
now.
shit.
Give me 3 hours. Call you back.
Hey.
But this has been real dope, y'all. This has been real dope. I really enjoyed every point made for both of y'all. The whole conversation flow. Like I said, we don't do no chords or nothing. I had that question in mind, and I'm glad I did write it down because I probably would have said it differently, but meant what I said from here. But yeah, we appreciate y'all coming out. What y'all got going on next?
I mean, it's 2025, the show.
You know.
We ain't had the snow was going on, so we've been
That's why you asked you talk about so what?
First couple episodes of the book we've been able to do.
Well, we'll ski down that driveway. We don't care.
Hey,
We're trying to come from the county to the south side.
Well, look, what's funny?
We
What's
don't care.
funny
We're
is
not counseling nothing over no weather.
What's funny is our tagline is rain, sleet, or snow. We in this hole, right?
Yeah.
But
He like,
I mean, he was like,
that.
he's like, I ain't trying to drive to the south side. I'm like, nigga, me neither. Like,
Right?
They don't know.
We're still in this hole until the snow gonna fuck your car up. You gotta be think small. I know we could have went, but it was just like we. Now, if we'd have had guests,
Yeah, that's a different. Of course,
it was just us. We ain't had nobody, so I'm like, bro, we can chill. Like, let's just keep enjoying the rest of our New Year.
Yeah.
But Ethnic Issue More going up, man. We got stuff for past coming up, man. We can't disclose for real, but it's a lot that's gonna be happening for just both of us. This year's gonna be good.
We got multiple shows
big
dropping. We have a lot of big deals coming down the pipeline, that hopefully takes Ethnic Issue More to a new platform, a new level.
Yes.
You know, and so that's my brother. I love him. We rocking till we in the grave. You know what I'm saying? And so with that, I'm gonna make sure that if he doing something, I'm supporting him. If I'm doing something, he's supporting me, and that's how we gonna be. So it's gonna be like that forever. And I'm looking forward to 25 because I think
me too.
I think some shit about to
about to
really
pop
blow
off.
up.
It's about to go
I
down.
got another show that I produce. You know, I do videography and stuff. Shout out my boy Riley B. Connect the Dots. It's a big show that's going on right now where he's a rapper himself, but he's interviewing other, artists.
Yeah.
And then they freestyle on the show and rap. It's been getting a lot of traction. It's been kind of like the middle of all this little STL rap stuff that's been going on lately. So we got a lot of stuff going on with that for 2025, man. So I'm just looking forward to taking that show. I like being on the back end where I can just get to record and edit. I don't got to do nothing to show up, do my part, and help instruct them. So Connected Dots, Ethnic Issue More TV is going up this year.
Well, make sure y'all send some
All the
people.
way up.
Oh, we got
Keep it together.
Yeah.
I do know that this is not gonna be our last time commencing.
Oh yeah, we gotta have y'all come back.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta have y'all come back.
Man,
Send us the schedule.
Yeah, well, I mean, our schedule's open. Our schedule's open for 2025. Y'all find you on a Tuesday and send it to me.
Nah, you tell us what y'all got going on.
$2 Tuesday.
$2 Tuesday.
That's I like that.
Yes.
That'll be
Bring
that-
$2.
That'll be y'all episode, man. $2
Yeah,
Tuesday.
$2
We finna kick
Tuesday.
it up that day.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
We can't have like last time. Our boy come and try to stalk us. So he like,
yeah, who was it?
Pose with $2.
The weird
strippers.
nigga that was in
He want the.
live.
He
It's like
want
I ate her booty
I'm
last
saying,
night.
that nigga that saying that crazy shit.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking at
She like-
she like, why you looking like that? I'm
Yeah.
He like, I'm gonna stick
If
my
y'all
hard
can-
tongue in her booty hole.
was
We
like,
like, wait a
what the
minute.
I said, wait, what's his name?
like, no, that shit.
What's his name? And check my DMs. Is that word? It's what he look like.
Might be stabbing. Might be
I know what it is. Block him. Block him. Block him.
told that nigga get off my shit.
Block him. It's over. All right. So before we end, let's connect y'all with the followers, the viewers, the watchers. Where can they find you and learn more about what's going on with everything y'all got going on?
Me personally, Nico the Great 357. So that's NICOTHAGREAT. The number's 357. Or you can find me at Sneaks with Neek. Everybody know I do sneaker content.
know.
So I'm stepping that up this year.
I like
Me
the
and
socks matching the strings.
And the words of the late great John Witherspoon, you gotta coordinate.
You know, and the pink on the head too.
Oh, shit. I'm doing this.
The details
I
or
used to
detailing.
Somebody made me buy this hat because the pink was on there.
Yes.
I knew this came with pink laces.
And so you talk
I
to
had
everybody like this?
Yeah,
Light
I'm
'em.
letting niggas see that. I take my picture, kind of lean back a little bit. But
Lace hat.
Nico the Great, man, Ethnic-ish and more. That's ethnic-ish, ISH, the letter N, word more, and TV. You get my video.
I didn't write that shit in cursive, so did I?
You can find me on IG, Noble1893, NOBLE 1893. I would tell you to follow me on TikTok because my shit be going
Yeah,
up.
by
Shit.
now.
My TikTok. We got about 3
You know, we
minutes.
might get saved. Go ahead and plug it. You never know. You never know.
On TikTok, you just go to my Instagram. You can go to on the link tree to go to the TikTok. Follow me on Facebook. Add me on Facebook. AD Grimes. Man, that's it for me.
You can try to add me on Facebook. I'll be capping out people. I did delete a couple people today. I delete people by their birthdays. If people don't know, that's the greatest skill. Facebook. You know, you just be following people over the years. I check the birthdays every day. If I realize I ain't talked to you in a while, I'm going to delete you.
I'm gonna start doing that.
And it ain't no beef to it. It
Yes.
just, I know Facebook gonna put everybody up here at one point in time versus me searching.
You're like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah, I'm like, I ain't seen y'all. I click on it, and then I click on the page if I realize, even if I know you, if I realize you ain't posted in 3-4 years, you got to go. Because you
I do
taking
that
up
too.
space for people.
Yeah.
I'm tired of getting that message. You got 5,000 friends. Then people got to follow you. Sometimes the follow button don't pop up. So, birthday. Rule of thumb, you want to know how to
that
delete
on
people,
Instagram.
check birthdays every day.
Starting today.
On Facebook,
today.
check birthdays. If you don't know them, get rid of them.
But should they do
got
this
to
at the
go.
5,000 mark or any mark?
I do that anymore.
I'm doing
because
it
I
today.
want to. If I
I'm gonna have
can
like 2 friends on Facebook if I do that shit.
if I could filter out everybody that's not buying into what I'm doing,
Yes.
and allow space for the people that's buying into what I'm doing, then you don't have to worry about hearing that, oh, my friends don't support you.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
A lot of people that's close to you don't support you until you blow up. But then people that have no idea who you are,
Yes.
but they bought into what you're doing is the one who's going to want to be here.
Yes.
So that's why I make space for them.
You know, high five.
You know?
They
Simple.
can still follow you though. That's
You
big.
always follow.
Keep up
But
with
to
everything.
get that exclusive, you want to make you feel, it make people feel special to
When
get
they
that-
get friends.
see add friend. I'm like, so
Okay. Well, thank y'all again for joining us. We can't wait to come back more. We should keep this going like just throughout the
do it.
year.
Every couple months.
Because I'm
I
telling
say.
you, I have so many more questions from just this, and I'm just like, fuck, dang, we got like 5 more episodes to shoot. So we're gonna go ahead and cut it, but we're gonna keep it going.
next when y'all come back with us next time, we'll do it like instead of us interviewing y'all because we done did the interview.
we ain't
like
got
to do
to
an
interview.
episode.
Yeah.
We each bring our questions to the forefront.
Yes.
And then we
Yes.
just go off topic like
there.
that.
I'm with that. Let's do it.
In there like swimwear. So thank y'all again for joining us, and thank y'all